If you're gonna ride dirty, ride smart. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Dumb Crimes and Criminals. I am your host, Rick. You're now tuned into the funniest true crime podcast in the world. We back in the building. I apologize for the delay. I've been super busy, but I'm here. We on deck. When I first started the podcast, I had said, if you're gonna ride dirty, ride smart. You know what I'm saying? We all done did dumb things, in our youth coming up. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple of times where, of course, I'm driving with no license. I remember one time, right? It had to be like, maybe like 4 something in the morning, right? My man came to the crib, and we still in school, man. We teenagers. My man came to the crib. He's like, "Yo, come on. We got a couple of rentals, whatever the case." Because back in those times, sometimes we would use other people's cars. You know what I'm saying? And they would be, we called them rentals. So. My man had a car, my other man had a car. We just riding around, joy riding or whatever the case. And it was me and my man in the Toyota Corolla. And my other mans, they had like a Mercedes truck, right? So, we riding around and it started to get daylight outside, right? And matter of fact, it started to get daylight, whatever the case. So we ended up riding through the neighborhood. And my mans and them that had the Benz, they pulled up next to us with the, we in the Corolla, so they pulled up next to us. They want to race. So I was telling my man, I'm like, yo, we can't beat the Benz, no Benz truck. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they pulls off, we pulls off, right? We flying, boom, 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 right? So I'm looking at my man, I'm like, yo, slow down. He hit the corner and we skidded out. You know what I'm saying? Did a 360. Boom. Next thing you know, we in somebody's front yard. Maybe 15 feet from their door type situation, right? Tire flew off the car, all type of shit. So we like, oh, mind you, by this time the sun is already coming up. They probably came and came to the crib probably like around like a little after 4. Because we were just joy riding around for a little while. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like early morning time. And, the sun is up. So then people come outside. Oh, my God, you okay? Whatever. I'm like, yeah, we just trying to get home. We live right around the corner. They like, okay, we're going to call the police. This is a snack. So me and my man, we like, look, man, now one of us got no license. This is a rental. This ain't even that type of situation. You know what I mean? Salute to those people because they came out genuinely, think about it. You open your front door and it's a car sitting in your yard. You know what I'm saying? You thinking you want to make sure they okay, all that. So they were concerned like, yo, y'all good, whatever the case. It's like, yeah, we're going to call the police. We're going to, gonna get some help here, whatever the case. So we saying, yeah, we live around the corner. My other man's that was in the Benz truck, they stopped up a little bit. So we just started walking toward the truck. Like we just started walking out the yard and then we just took off. Boom, hopped in the truck, peeled off, right? We riding around still. And we end up getting pulled over in the Benz truck. You know what I'm saying? We get pulled over. Police come, they put us all on the ground and all that. And it's crazy because at that time when we got pulled over, we all had to lay flat down on the ground, right? The bus came through. You know what I'm saying? And people that we knew was on that bus because by this time, it's, whatever time it was at the time, 5, 6, 7 o'clock or whatever the case, school buses is running, people's going to school. I mean, this is high school times. And, people's on the bus, whatever, they seen the situation. And, we got in a lot of trouble for that. A lot of trouble. There was another time one of my mans had a car. Damn, was it a Regal? I forget. It might have been a Regal. We just threw some plates on it and rode out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just threw some plates on it, rode out. Cool. When we was in the car, everybody knew the assignment. Everybody was like, listen, this joint don't got no insurance, no registration, no nothing. Got switch plates on it. If we get pulled over or stopped for any reason, your feet better work. Everybody understood that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the car, all 4 of us understood, if we see lights or if any cop, any type of interaction, you better get your boogie on, right? Get your boogie on. We knew that. We understood that. What I didn't know was there was an AK-47 in the trunk. Either way you look at it, I'm getting my boogie on. You know what I'm saying? I'm a teenager at the time. I'm fast as hell. I'm fast. I'm quick. I'm good money. Like, I got wheels. Especially if I'm running from something, I got wheels. So I ain't too concerned. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get pulled over and we instantly hopping out, they got to pick one of us to chase. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was what it was. And the crazy part is we ended up car breaking down. We ended up having to get a tow truck and all that. Like, and nothing never happened. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say there was police interaction while we was waiting for the tow truck. I want to say, but I don't remember. But I know for a fact we had to get a tow truck. You know what I'm saying? And it's wild because I'm thinking about this stuff and it's like, wow, I was bugging. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never, of course, as a grown man, I would never do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There's another time, like, niggas will just drive. Niggas will just get a car and just drive it. You know what I'm saying? Like, with no type of understanding of, yo, you don't got no license, or, yo, this car is not even on the road. You got 2 mismatched plates and all that. Like, you just driving for the sake of driving. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's stuff you do. That's stuff you do when you're young. You're not really, all the way there. When I started this episode, I was like, and I wanted to say that because I wanted to tell those stories because we all have stories of, riding dirty. You know what I'm saying? We all have riding dirty stories. Now, I'm not going to say we have riding dirty stories as, grown-ups. But when you're a teenager, you do things like that. You know what I'm saying? When you're a teenager, you do things like that. Today's story is about somebody that was riding dirty, but they should have been riding smart. You know what I'm saying? Today's story is about a driver named Jose Moreno Garcia of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Now, he was arrested and has been charged with the following: trafficking the marijuana, first offense; possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine; improper turn driving on a limited access highway; careless driving; possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. Now, here's the situation. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and this dude gets pulled over for driving the wrong way down the exit ramp. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and this Jose, my man Jose, gets pulled over for driving down the wrong way on the exit ramp. pulled them over. You know, they smell weed. So my man Jose had 100 pounds of weed in the car. That's why when I started this episode, I said, listen, if you're going to ride dirty, ride smart. You got 100 pounds of weed in your car. You're not supposed to be doing anything. Because there's different conflicting reports, because I've also seen reports saying he was speeding. And now I'm seeing this report saying he was driving down the wrong way, driving down the exit ramp the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So either way you look at it, let's just say he was speeding. Why would you speed with 100 pounds of weed in the car? You should have been driving Miss Daisy. Right? Or am I bugging? You should have been driving Miss Daisy. You got 100 pounds of weed in your car. You should be driving Miss Daisy. You shouldn't be thinking about speeding. You should set your cruise control 5 miles under the speed limit and just coast. Like, I don't understand the logic in that. Now, what was you doing? Let's say he wasn't speeding, but he went down the wrong exit. I mean, he went down the wrong way down the exit ramp. How did that happen? You understand what I'm saying? Like, how did you get on the exit ramp and you was going the wrong way? That's a little confusing. I don't know. Did you come up did you come off a highway and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But either way, if you got 100 pounds of marijuana, weed, Buddha, ganja, sticky icky, good green, whatever you want to call it, if you got 100 pounds in the car, you're not supposed to be doing anything illegal. You're not supposed to even blink wrong while driving. You're supposed to be driving like you just got your license. You're supposed to be driving like you got a student driver bumper sticker on your car. And I'm not here to push, that. You know what I'm saying? But this is Dumb Crimes and Criminals. And like I said, I told you those stories in the beginning of the podcast because I understand where you're not thinking. But I'm a grown-ass married man with 3 kids. I wouldn't do everything that I told you at the top of the podcast. I wouldn't do any of that now. I wouldn't just go outside and just because my man pulled up to the crib at 4 a.m, I'm going to go jump in the car and dip. I wouldn't do that right now. I wouldn't race my man in a fucking beat up Corolla and they in a Benz truck. I wouldn't do that right now. I wouldn't put switch plates on a car and just ride without knowing fully what's in the car. I wouldn't do that right now. This man knew he had 100 pounds of weed in the car and still went and not driven the way he was supposed to drive. I don't understand it. When people get caught like that, it makes me think, like, was you high when you was riding? Like, first of all, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, it'll never happen because my ass I ain't that brave. Listen, do you know how nervous I will be with 100 pounds of marijuana in my car? And I don't got no type of license for it, no type of paperwork for it, no type of nothing. Like, I just got 100 pounds of marijuana in my car. Do you know how nervous I'll be riding down the street? Do you know how fast my heart will beat if I seen a police officer? Do you have any clue how nervous? Yo, come on, my man. You got 100 pounds in the car. And like I said, I seen 2 stories. So I seen that he was speeding, and I also seen that he was speeding, and it said he was driving the wrong way down the exit ramp. Both of those is crazy. They both crazy. Because you should have been on cruise control, 5 miles under the speed limit. All your tags and registration should be right, and your ass should need to be getting to where you're going. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Why, when people doing some illegal shit, they always at 2 and 1 and 3 in the morning? Why you want to be the only car on the road? Or am I please hit me up. My Instagram is at Rick_BHR. My email is thedccpodcast@gmail.com. If you were riding dirty down the highway, wouldn't you want to be blended in with other cars? If you riding dirty down the highway, do you want to be the only car on the highway? Sticking out like a fucking sore thumb? Or would you want to be, I'm going to travel during rush hour. I'm going to travel during the time where people is just getting off from work. Or do you want to be in that situation? Whereas at least if it's so many cars around that the cops don't got to say, hey, let's just check that guy out because I'm bored and it's 1 o'clock in the morning and he's the only car driver on the highway. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up with him. I don't understand it. But hey, this is why I have this show. Come and talk about it. This is the Dumb Crimes and Criminals podcast. I am your host, Rick. Please do me a favor. Help me spread the word about this podcast. I'm still working on the video. I do have a YouTube page called Dumb Crimes and Criminals. Please search me up, follow me. Videos will be coming there too. I got some shorts up there. Go and support, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still actively building this community. So again, if you got any stories you want me to do, you came across some wild shit and you want me to bring it to the platform, feel free to hit the email. All that description is in the bio. But yeah, man, just help me spread the word about the podcast, man. And we're going to get this thing rolling, man. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. Oh yeah, I do. Once again, I apologize for my supporters. I know I'm a couple of days off. That's why I'm about to end this podcast and record another one. So I'm hitting y'all with 2, man. This is the Dumb Crimes and Criminals podcast, the funniest true crime podcast in the world. I am your host, Rick. Get with me.